Uh, I want to speak on Kwame Brown. Shout out to Loadercast for interviewing the Wacky World, the legendary Wacky World from the Manosphere 1.0. I'm gonna finish the rest of the interview. I just want to make this quick live and have my thoughts on the Kwame Brown video and that recent live stream he did last night. He went in on these fools, man. Just typical uh, mainstream media BS from the sports world, and they've been hounding him for years. I think Ramil did a live stream. I think he put it on Patreon, and Lord behold, Champ got emotional in the chat. There's a lot of Muslim people on the panel, I would say, but the chat wasn't really that emotional. But they was defending Kwame Brown. Everybody, like they should. I mean, the stuff he said. Once you're quiet, you got to speak. For over 20 years, they've been dissing the man while he was in the league, right? I remember when he was first drafted. When he was first drafted, he was like somewhat of a bust. He wasn't a star, and I knew he was a bust though because his first overall pick. So I never heard of him. But one thing I could say about him, he persevered for those years. I mean, he almost was out of the league, but I think like 12 years. But I wouldn't consider him a bust. I mean, he was a player. Now he's a star bust. I would say that. But he became a basic role player. He's a good big man. He played with the Warriors, I remember. He scored a couple of points, and then he had like a 12 points per game on one of those teams, the Lakers. He played on numerous teams. I mean, Kwame Brown is a decent role player, I would say that, but not a star. No, he is a bust. He admitted it, and he got tired of jokes, and he came to him. And he told him, "Would you please stop with the jokes?" Right? But the thing was, I think for Kwame Brown, he just got sick and tired of all the people just coming at him in the mainstream media, like Stephen A. Smith, Steven Jackson, all them dudes, man. Because what basically what it was, he just got sick of it. And what mostly he got sick of was they was just kept clowning him. And they kept clowning him for a reason because I think at the time he just wanted to be play. He was trying to be nice to him. But I think what I saw from that video, man, it was very telling. He was right. They putting down black men from all angles, the urban areas, and that's done by design. And the way he explained it, man, he went in a full roast and roasted, man. I said, what's next? He did a live stream on the same thing. But what he did was he focused on the issues, what's wrong with the sports talk media, the talking heads, that what I like to call them, me and my father loves to call them back in the day, and they still talking heads, and he still exposing for what they are. So mainly, when you got a guy that used to play in the NBA for like decades ago, and then is out of the league, they want to clown him. Now he did play the big three, and they still go by him being a bust joke. And Michael Jordan hound him and things like that. I think part of it is he's like the poster child with those jokes. But he responded fire with fire, and he came at harder. So basically, he was one of the very few guys to shut him up. Now they're not responding. A lot of people try to say they respond. No, they did not respond when he kept that, and he kept live streaming. Now he's gonna get like 10K. So we don't have to worry about mainstream taking over the manosphere. So that puts people in a damper. We don't need mainstream. I don't need mainstream. I'm saying here for the record on this channel, I don't need mainstream. So that ship has sailed. So they stopped talking about KS, and now he took over the internet. You see how they do? Mainstream done lost again, but did you see how they do though? Kwame Brown was basically just putting his thoughts together, and I'm like, he just got tired of the bullshit. He got tired of the bullshit because I think people don't realize he's one of the few guys that came through with it. And I'm just like saying, like, for example, I'm like, he got tired so much. I guess they kept tired of calling him a bust or whatever, and he just went off on him. And he had some valuable points. I mean, what I like what he said, and then he told that story how he got robbed in DC. and he gave that guy $600, right? But that guy with the gun handed that right back to him, and he said, "You're doing something for the kids. You're doing something for the black community at the time." This is years ago when he said he got he got a gun pulled out of him. He was about to rob him, right? And he told that story, and that's very telling. But gave him that $600 back, which is kind of amazing, you know. And he was dissing Steven Jackson. He won a couple of rings for the Spurs, but he was a role player. He wasn't a star. He wasn't much of a factor. He was a role player. Somebody saying that chat, and Ramil said he wasn't a role player, don't know what the hell they talking about. He is a fucking role player. Both of them were. They were equals. He wasn't. Neither one of them was a star, but him saying that somebody in that city respect Kwame Brown because he played on the NBA team, so they know they see him. He's 7 foot tall, 270 something pound player that's known for that, right? But you also have guys like him. He tried to tell him pull his pants up. I thought that was the funniest shit I've ever heard. And the hypocrisy of Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson is a typical. So basically, he's calling him a typical coon. When he acts like a coon, man, I'm sorry, man. You just can't say shit and get away with it. And he let that ride for years and years. They keep pounding him. Then he called Becky with a straight hair, and that's gonna stick. Talking about Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes is garbage, y'all. I'm gonna say it right now. Matt Barnes is fucking trash. He has no room to talk. And they show is trash too. Their podcast is trash. You want real podcasting? Go to the $1 Million Worth of Game. Go to the Devin Wade Show. Those are the top two podcasts in my view. I watch those. Those are the best. And $1 Million Worth of Game's got the best podcast to me. Urban Talk, right? Up the Smoke. All the Smoke is trash. Fuck that podcast. I said it. If they don't like it, they can go eat a dick, man. Fuck their podcast. I'm not talking about $1 Million Worth of Game and Devin Wade Show. They're the best. They're the best too. The other ones are trash. Fuck out of here. Get with the real. But anyway, Kwame Brown is the truth right now. He's defending men and sometimes women, but you know, I know he has a different perspective. I know he watches certain brothers in the spaces, but tearing us down. And you know, and I'm just gonna say, man, it's great, man. It's great to have a guy like him defending certain individuals. But what I'm seeing here is like he has some great points, man. I salute him. Let's see who's in here. Who's Kwame Brown? What's going on, dude? Oh, he was a former basketball player in the NBA. He was a role player. He was drafted #1 back in 2001 by the Wizards. And Michael Jordan was on that team at the time. He just came out of retirement. But he played 12 years in the league as a role player. He was projected to be a star. But he accepted that he was a bust, though. That's one thing I can respect about him. But one thing he told, he's popular right now, New. He's popular in the, I wouldn't say the sector, but in the black sector, he's doing something. But all I can tell you is he's gonna be the start of derailing the wannabe mainstream people like KS and everybody else. So he kind of put a damper on that. And that's just give KS time to get 1 million so he can get 5 million next year. And people gonna forget about KS. Like I said before in that recent live stream, mainstream is nothing but a trend. That's all it is. It's a fucking trend. Like I said before. And I will do a live stream on utilitarianism probably later tonight. See how if I feel or change my mind. I might change the time. And yeah, I just want to make a response to his video. I think was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. And his live stream, he's getting like 9K out of a box. He had like 9,400 something people watching him out of the box. It was lower than that. It was like 6,000 when I saw it and gave him a like. And yeah, he was a former NBA player, a role player at that. and he got clowned for being a bust for some years. He let it go. He said the jokes was fun, but he got tired of the bullshit, man. But one thing I can say about Kwame Brown, he's the real deal. Like for standing up, man. Like you need more guys like that. Know these fake celebrity mainstream motherfuckers, man. You know, we want what's truth out here, man. So I have no issue. I mean, the brother is consistent what he was saying, and he said it's just normal. You know, it's normalized. You don't have to be an athlete or rapper or whatever, because what he was trying to say is so many words. They put you in this box, in the white system, white media. He exposed them what they are. Talking heads just want attention. They like the shock jock. They just want shock treatment, and that's what you see in the manosphere too, on both sides. Mainstream manosphere, the white one, the black one. I call it the urban sphere, or should I say the circle jerk sphere of 3.0 specifically. Not 1.0, 2.0, because 1.0, 2.0 is manosphere, but 2.0 dealt with the esoteric stuff. I'm gonna leave it there. But them 3.0 motherfuckers, they're circle jerks. And what I mean by that, they do the same bullshit, and they defend a nigga that's saying that he's okay with George Floyd that died with fentanyl, which is not true. Thanks to Just DeAndre, he broke it down. The man had problems before he took the drugs or whatever, which there's none in the system because we don't know if that's true or not. They got it from some canard from the right wing side, you know, typical bullshit by a certain individual, and then he's not gonna be named in this live stream, so fuck him. He got mad in the live stream. Yeah. Yeah, I said 3 point. What's going on, Brownsbury? Yeah, them niggas is lame, man. They had time to build a sphere for the fourth industrial revolution. They fucked up. And the problem with that is how you gonna produce something and fail? Yeah, it's nothing wrong with the manosphere. It's just them niggas specifically, they gonna be overtaken by certain individuals, man. I'm starting to agreeing with my man Kuda, man. Like, it's not just gear, it's just the quality of content, man. Beefing with dudes, they be talking in circles, man. And you run in circles. The new black man said, well, you know, hey, I ain't gonna circle jerk. I'm gonna challenge individuals like I did in 1.0. But at least we had structure. But don't get mad when you can't agree on politics and some shit. And this is part of the problem. You got 3 individuals challenge a man's wife, man. I don't care for that. You know, like who cares what Lucario does? If he wants to have an open marriage, let the man be. You know, that's a great example. You know, that's strike one right there. Yeah, that's what they do, man. But what I can say is the Kwame Brown is an example of, you know, I don't think he wants community building, but he's seeing the light. You know, certain players and certain people put a damper on stuff on KS Convo, man. He's trending right now on YouTube. So that just give old boy time to get 1 million and get 5 million next year. That's what I mean by what Kwame Brown's doing. But everybody's doing streams on it, and that's their little response. But you know, like I said, man, the Black Brain Trust is at what I say in Elisha and Kuda. I said they on life support. Should have said that. Let's read in the chats, okay. Brownsburg says Strags allow on panels when obviously they know they don't care and KS protectors. Yeah, it's a lot of them, man. Like that's why I see in 3.0 in general. They supposed to be the leaders ahead of 2.0. And the criticism is very obvious. That's why you got Aaron Fountain. I try to tell y'all, Aaron Fountain's journalist, man. This is all politics. That's what mainstream's about. Mainstream's about trends and politics, man. I don't care about Hollywood. Hollywood's dead, man. See, what Trump did is hijacked the media for 4 years in troll, right? But he figured out a way to destroy the images of mainstream media, and that's why people's losing money, and they didn't give up on everything. But what I'm saying is, Kwame Brown knows that he can make a killing on these live streams, man. Yeah, you can You could live stream through your phone on YouTube. Yes, you can get a microphone in the studio on YouTube and podcast a little bit. You can have a small podcast to yourself or a panel podcast or what you call it, pre-recordings, in your car. And that's even worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what you gotta understand is anybody can get proper gear. Everybody else clout chasing off certain individuals. Now, I'm not clout chasing on Kwame Brown. The reason I'm using him in this name is make a point that he's defending himself for over 20 some years. They've been trashing this man since the beginning to the end, since he was a kid. Now he's responding. They don't like his response, but they're not responding, right? But one thing I can say about Kwame Brown, I have a big, huge respect him dissing Stephen A. Smith's clown ass, Steven Jackson, and hoe ass Matt Barnes. Because them motherfuckers ain't shit. They be kissing up to the white man and beating up on the black man. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. They never criticize white players. They dick hosts for white players. Like you see in the manosphere on both sides. I don't like that shit. I don't like that canardism. That's why I don't support that right-wing fascist shit. It doesn't work. I see what happens to that. I see what happens when Molly Yiannopoulos and Gavin McInnes try to play that game in politics. They shut that shit down, man. They don't want that in the country. I know it's a capitalist country and everything and all this other bullshit in democracy, right? But fascism is dangerous, man. That is not the future for black people. Black people don't need to be fascists. That's not the way to go. That's why the manosphere kind of died off. See, 1.0 wasn't about fascism. It was about some unity, but it was about men. Even though you had women supporters that helped create it, according to Wacky, but we had a purpose to build shit, build men properly. And then we had to be, as individuals, assessed to be great. 2.0 was on some esoteric shit, man. They love that esoteric philosophies. And what they did was, you saw the difference. What happens was, yeah. So that's what 2.0 was about. They had those esoteric philosophies, man. Like, it's all cool when I learned from it from 2019, because I know they've been around since the start of 2014. He came in later. But 3.0 was students under them. But you had two groups of 3.0. You had Stream Team. You had Black Brain Trust. He keeps preaching about the About Me section, which is ridiculous because John Zilla, I call him, Judge Zilla, told him stop doing that on a recent live stream. And people get tired of hearing that because most people do not care about the brain trust. I've noticed this on certain panels. And what's her name? Celeste said this good on the panel on Kudos. She said, nobody cares about the brain trust because if you read the About Me section, and it's like he said, it's kind of boring. That's why people are trying to run it. And he told me, he said, I tried to run Stream Teams, but it's too much ego, Now you see where they are. Tasi Kudos doing their thing. The other two is just circle jerking. That's all I'm going to say about that because them niggas ain't shit. Fuck them two niggas. Because they like to put names. They'd like to put my name in their mouths, but fuck them. Because it's going to backfire this summer. Because these hoes is going to expose them, man. And Ty City's going to be clowning their ass at the end. That's what I'm going to see. Because I ain't got to worry about shit. But Kwame Brown's exposing the real hoes in the mainstream media. They done. And I salute him with that video. But that live stream, man, it was so telling, man. I forget the name of that live stream. I gave him that light. He had like 9,000 and 1.4, 400 something thousand like viewers. I think men and women was in his chat. I think they were fans of his, and I think they supported him. He was exposing mainstream media, man, and they quiet. They quiet as hell. That's why it's trending all this morning and this afternoon. Because last night he had a trending video. He made a couple. So he's been talked about a couple of days. So, yeah, he's trending all this week. So he finally spoken. Then he tried to ask him to come for that show. And he said, fuck that show. They try to challenge him to a fight, which is ridiculous, man. He'll break them in half, man. We're talking about Kwame Brown here, 270, 7 foot tall. Come on. He is not going to go on this show where these guys ain't weigh much. He'll crush them. Matt Barnes is a skinny like a twig, man. He can't fight. He's a clown, man. Because Derek Fisher took his, his bitch, his hoe, man. Who cares? His wife, whatever. And it's sad, but I'm going to say it is. It's not sad. I'm not sorry. Fuck that nigga. But, that's like we say in the man said, fuck that nigga, man. Quit crying. And Steven Jackson got all those baby mamas. He's a fucking clown. I don't take him serious at all. He ain't OG. He's a fucking clown. After Kwame roasted him, man, he couldn't respond, man. And Stephen A. Smith, man, like the way he talked about him, he said he's going to slap the toupee off his hair, man. Stephen A. Smith's a fucking clown. I haven't watched him since probably 2018-ish. I would say like that. I haven't seen him in a long time when I was in the workplace. I don't fuck with dude like that. But yeah, Kwame Brown, man, he's going in on people, man. But that's just to shut up the KS talk. And I've noticed that too. So yeah, it's a ploy based off them, but it backfired. So basically, you just got certain individuals in the space act the same way and want to be on TV. And it's gonna backfire. It's just like what happened to Tommy Sotomayor. I'm gonna mention his name. He's a clown. He was cool with Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb was a comedian. I think he was underrated at the time. Before he had a show called 5150 Show, right? And had Tommy and Tariq. How many of y'all remember that? Because I remember back then, why I wasn't in this space that heavy because I was in the workplace. Come to find out, Tommy was cool with Tariq, but Corey brought him in. But as soon as they kept clowning him, he did some sucker shit. And they kind of kicked him out of the group. He messed up his chance, kept beefing with everybody. And of course, Corey won. He was a comedian. And then to come to find out, Tariq was beefing, called him crispy. So yeah, Tommy was never part of the space. He's a fucking clown, man. A lot of people try to say he's part of the manosphere. No, he's not. He's a clown. He hated the manosphere. He's a fake. And he's not welcome on this channel either because I didn't like that whole shit he did over at BR. So I call him Bernie Povich. I don't fuck with that nigga either. Or Oblivion either. Because they the same niggas that don't like this space. And three whole niggas I don't really like, they come from that. So yeah, they support Oblivion. That's why these niggas is so far goddamn behind. That's why the manosphere is somewhat dead. But if you want a new manosphere, it's called the Logisphere, man. Logisphere is gonna take over. That's my prediction. You already got it. The niggas want to take shit, man. That's just the problem with these niggas, man. They just want to cry about shit. They get mad I'm on third shift. So like, well, third shift is entertaining to me. I'm sorry. It's just a show. We build. I get the fuck up out of there. And I'm good. Sometimes I don't want to be on panels on third shift because we already discussed what we need to discuss. It's like the good old days when I was on the other side, but the other side was on some bullshit. They ain't got no outcomes, real outcomes. Because, when everything's remote, see, they had these problems. But people love to beef and backbite. But that certain individuals trying to call me out in the mills, man, fuck him. He's the main one that's going to bring y'all down. I'm trying to tell you, Aaron Fountain's going to expose the three niggas that challenged Lucario. Like I said, they on his fucking page, on both of them. So that nigga's done, man. Them three niggas is done. I just don't see them. And if Kwame roasts them niggas in the space, I'm laughing. Mark my words, because he's one of them dudes who he's going to rock with when it comes to gear. We're going to see. We're going to see. I'm going to see this summer if he keeps on. I don't see what he's going to do next. See, mainstream media, they bored right now. The playoffs is here. The NBA playoffs is on the 22nd this weekend. And I just don't see them responding to an old veteran role player like that. Even though you call him a bust as a first overall pick, he still got 60 mil out of that. I just don't see him just going out like that, you know? Because what I expect is those individuals better wise up and then try to act like, oh, they for us. No, nigga, they ain't for y'all asses. Kwame's his own man. I just think Kwame Brown did a good job responding. It took him long enough, even though he was quiet, he didn't want to be bothered. But you got a certain individual on Ramil's panel want to take over the conversation, trying to say, it's about him, it ain't about you, nigga. Nigga, you took way more L's this year. And you stopped camming up when Kuda told you about that mic. If you seeing what that mic cammed up, y'all, that means Kuda was right. That's what this is about. You know, that nigga needs to just be quiet, man. Wait till the next 2 months he's done. Just like the other nigga hiding behind a chess piece. I said it. Fuck them two niggas. Because they're the same niggas that want to cry about shit. I ain't with the cry baby shit. I'm on man. That's why the manosphere is not going to unify, because you got too many fragments. It ain't about mainstream. It's about money. If the individuals sell out, see, money changes people. That's what these niggas don't understand. When it changes you, you're done. You're not coming back. Ask that about Tommy. Tommy did some fuck shit. He was never the same again, and now he's on OF, OnlyFans, being a sucker and being a trick, man. He's a clown. He can talk all this big shit, but Oblivion is laughing at him. O'Shea's laughing at him. I call him the O'Slayer. They laughing at him. All these niggas is laughing at him. We laugh at him. We don't take Tommy seriously. He's a joke. The only reason he was cool with Lucario, he saved him, he kind of hijacked that whole panel. A lot of people try to say, oh, he's it. No, fuck both of them niggas. I don't fuck with neither one, and the ones that try to come at Lucario. Fuck them too. Shouts out to Ramil though, but Ramil's gonna see, he gonna call them niggas out. He went in on old boy though. He did, and I think he put it on Patreon. He said, you got mic problems. And then he got mad and tried to get mad on the panel. See, I already know. Take the beef out of it. These bitch ass niggas will fold. And Lord Ramil's gonna remove them niggas off his panel. Watch what I tell you. It's about money. Big Truck had some good points. He said, yeah, you gotta clean up your content. See, he been listening. I know you be sky watching me. I know he has. Because he got a suit, he said. I heard what he said on the stream. And he said, you got to clean your image for mainstream media. But one thing I disagree on, we don't really need them. Thanks to Kwame Brown. I agree with Ramil on that. But yeah, but if he gets a certain level, get your money. But we'll see. Because we got all spring until the summer comes. The summer's going to be vicious. See these damn skies out here? Yeah, we out here in the backyard, man. These niggas is crazy, man. Like in the sphere, ain't a cucka sphere. No, it's a circle jerk sphere. That's why I call it. They circle jerk. They say one thing and then they say another. Man, make up y'all fucking minds, man. Just say our names, man. Quit being bitches, man. I name flip. That's what I do, man. I do it on the third shift. I ain't gonna do it on your platform because you're a pussy, man. I don't take dudes that cry like babies and they need a bib on his fucking chest. It looked like a goddamn baby. Was crying too. Tommy roasted him twice. This time had him crying. What grown ass man was crying and he called you broke and then you called him Little Man Federation? Get the fuck out of here. And cry like a bitch on a live stream. He had a tear. If y'all didn't see it and pay attention to look at his eye, he had a tear. That wasn't no sweat. That was a tear, motherfucker. And I said, well, poor baby. Put your fucking diaper on. Fuck nigga. Nobody fucks with that nigga, man. He's a clown. And he gonna get exposed this summer. Watch. All these niggas is trash, man. I don't follow trash niggas that think they have content, but you be sucking Obsidian's dick all day on panels. Fuck that nigga. And fuck Bernie Povich. And I said it. I don't fuck with lame niggas in that part of the sphere. I'm sorry, man. They're the problem. Because AF's gonna watch them niggas. I'm telling you, man. I ain't supporting Aaron Fountain or anything, but he's gonna watch them niggas. He's laughing and pot shotting right now. I try to tell you, end of this month he's leaving. He's gonna come right back and tell mainstream media, look at these niggas and get them up out of there. See, it's war, man. It's not about money. It's about war of knowledge, power, force, whatever you want to call it. A lot of these niggas gonna fall off. I'm just gonna see. Take the beef out of it. They're gonna tap out intellectually, and they're not gonna stay here for a long time. Like I said, I'm gonna be here until they shut this shit off. Ain't got nothing to do with StreamYards. We talking about you. We talking about Google and YouTube. Until we go on the street, start blowing heads off. That's what's gonna happen. That's my prediction. But it's gonna be a while, you know, because everybody wants to see dying on TV and phones and shit. You know how dumb humans are, and niggas want to cry about shit. It's about the brotherhood. Ain't no brotherhood. You got strife. When money's involved, fuck out of here, man. I don't like the characters of some of these people, man. They ain't shit. Now I won't call them out because you have to, because these trolls and these people in the chat say pussy, man. Like I said, they dick hosters. This is what they do, man. That's why nobody's not gonna come into space. They laugh at both sides. They don't laugh at the black. They laugh at the white too. They clowns too. That's why AF is Aaron Fountain exists. He's trolling y'all niggas, man. He will remain trolling y'all niggas, man. So it's bad enough he has got them hoes defending him, but they gonna protect him. You know what I mean? They try to say, show me your girlfriend. They keep saying that about, leave that nigga alone, man. He don't care about y'all niggas. And I look at his content, it's just a little criticism. That's all this jokes and shit and trolling. And you already know who KS Defense for is. Let's see over. The technician. He's cool with AF. I try to tell y'all, man. Y'all ain't gonna listen. Because a lot of these dudes in the manosphere, they gonna, I forget what RSB said, Red Sings of Blue, shouts out to him, man. He said a lot of people's leaving the space. How many times I hear that? I hear that a lot. Because they couldn't hang. It's not about just talking shit and be tough and gruff and screaming on panels and shit. We talking about your content, your essence, and your character and your aura. If you can't stay on message and be about the mission and the message, then you can't be a part of this space. See, mine's enlightenment, for one. I do this for enlightenment, help brothers think another way, or do what's best for you. Take the tools, what you need to do, and get sound advice a little bit. I give my own advice as well, and I try to be consistent. But 9 out of 10, I ain't trying to beef with no niggas on here. It's just worthless, man. I'm just gonna dislike 3 niggas, that's all. But them niggas, they done, man. I just don't take them seriously anymore. So, yeah, they need to keep their name out their mouths, man. Keep my name out their mouths, man. Fuck them niggas. And then it's got to the point they can't say my name because I intimidate them in the chat. They have to block my ass like a bunch of bitches, man. They're cowards. And I said it. Fuck they platforms and they panels. Fuck them as a whole, man. They don't represent me. I'll tell you that much. On this channel, on this sphere, they don't represent me as a man. So fuck them niggas. Because all they do is bitch and complain. I seen this shit almost decades ago when the Hebrew Israelite idiots on the street try to challenge us and Wacky and Elder Young One, man, we put them in their place. Like I said, when they had a list of niggas, Pharisee Obliterator was an agent, man. Had our channels knocked down. So fuck him too. You know what I mean? They the same niggas that have that mindset. I'm gonna treat them like that nigga too. That's what I'm doing. And they're losing right now because they're gonna lose way more support if they ain't got no content. Watch what I tell you. Politics ain't the answer. You done talk about that. Pussy ain't the answer. You done talked about that. You talk about your hobbies. That ain't the answer. We talk about real content. Can you talk about something else besides that? So I can talk about different things all day. See what's trending, what's not. They can't do that. I've been doing this for fucking this second channel for like almost 9 to 10 years, man. I've been in here for decades. I've seen niggas come and go. I've seen Solon Black getting his shit off at Vocal because he's tired of YouTube, because that's a new social network or media, when you want to call it. He'll be on that website. So we know where he's going. Black Avenger ain't good enough. That's just, they turn that into some bullshit. I'm not gonna sign up for that. That ain't the answer. We need something that's powerful against Google and YouTube. We need like two companies and build others. So I don't see any individuals get upset about shit. I just don't care anymore at this point, because I ain't hating on the sphere, but I'm just tired of the fuck shit, man. Because all they do is they cry about shit that they can't have. You know, I had a discussion last night on the live stream with Rashawn, man. Yeah, that's all they do, man. I don't even pay them no attention, but I just get so tired when I go to Ramil's, a one hoe ass nigga that I don't like. I love the troll though, but I don't like her, but she's still a bitch, man. Most military dudes that talk like that, they still bitches in real life. They get killed left and right. Trust and believe. There's only a handful that's tough. And the more I see them drop out and start losing their shit, it's not even funny. I've seen this as a bar recent. They told me straight up, a lot of them dudes is not tough, man. They'll be the first one to be dead and shot. That's why they can't make it in the police force, man. Because police, they pick and choose who they want, man. See, Derek Chauvin was a bodyguard. Yeah, he was a little racist, but he had some training. He had the cheat code. He had the stealth game. These military dudes don't practice stealth game. That's why they get bombed a lot by those arrows, man. See, the other countries, they fight and kill. They don't do all that push-ups and shit. That's something you gotta, train it. You do that before you join. So here is, they ain't teaching you nothing about real combat. So yeah, you're supposed to have that skill when you're young, man. Only reason I didn't join the military because I didn't have the money to go, or I wouldn't have got picked. But I thought about going to the Navy, but I didn't have no interest in it at the time. See, I was focused on college and that ACT score, not SAT, but ACT score, because I was thinking about basketball. I had a chance to go to the military. I lost interest in it. Thought about it, but I wouldn't be bragging about how much money you make, because deep down, that dude does not have any power. You have to have a specific rank to make all that money, man. Like, they have some good, don't get me wrong, they got great careers, but being tough on the internet and you used to be in the military, nobody's not gonna take you seriously, dude. The only one I could say that's tough is Black Pride, man. And he was a cop too. He had to do all that training, man. And he was the first one in the space, I would say. He talked about getting your own business and shit. He was a standard, man. I just don't get niggas sometimes in this space, man. They act crazy over a small little disagreement or a criticism or a joke. They just don't know how to have fun, man. I mean, prayers up to Kuda, man. Like, he needs his rest. Get well rested, buddy. But we'll be back. And I'm just gonna make a few content there and there. But all of a sudden, man, I ain't even worried. But Kwame Brown, yeah, he dissed them boys, man. That's an example of not trying to be idiots on the mainstream media bidding for the white man. Because the white man ain't your fucking friend. I don't fuck with a lot of white people on the internet or in real life, because I used to have white friends. I cut them off years ago when I moved to Georgia, man. I don't fuck with a lot of they asses that like that. I just don't fuck with them, period. I live in the South. I just don't fuck with them like that. I fuck with them in business. Sorry. You can call that racist or whatever. I just don't fuck with them. They give me my space, I give them their space, That's just the way it is. I just don't fuck with them like that. I don't fuck with niggas that's dumb either. I fuck with black people, yes, that's smart, whatever. But niggas, I don't do the nigga shit. Because niggas be on some bullshit. I've learned that online. I learned that in real world, what they say, real life. These niggas ain't really about that, man. They don't want no static. It's online, man. They the stuff they say online, they're cowards in real life. The shit they be saying, man, they're gonna get washed. So yeah, the feminism and the whole shit still exists in the real world and online too. So as men, we gotta fight for that. So don't be worrying about this Me Too shit. That Me Too shit's gonna backfire because Biden's got 4 years to improve shit. So liberals and conservatives don't like him right now. I heard a recent video from BGS. He's in the middle. That means he's not gonna win the 4-year run. So be prepared for a little conservative and left fights in 2024. That's what you're gonna see. You're not gonna see nothing great. I just don't see people coming back, man. Because all I'm seeing is this bunch of bullshit right now in the space. They just want to cry about shit and whine and moan. Who's getting all the pussy and shit? Who cares, man? And get your fucking money. Get your life together, man. Get your mind right. I don't cry about this shit, man. That's what y'all niggas do. I mean, like, salute to the ones that came, man. You know, I may end this in a few minutes, but I just don't get niggas like that, man. Like, Kwame Brown just took that heat off of KS. I hate to say it, he don't respond because he's in another stratosphere. He's taught to go mainstream anyway. He's tailor-made. But Kwame Brown doesn't seen that side, man. He knows his bullshit. But it was personal when it got to him. But when you start looking at yourself, man, he show you what success is. Yeah, the dude got 60 million. The dude's not broke. He didn't spend all his money. But these players that do, they're garbage. Just like you see in the manosphere, they probably broke anyway. They can't build nothing. And I'm not dissing the manosphere like that. I'm just saying, you know, a lot of these guys claim they got money, but what can they do if they don't have money? You know what I'm saying? You got to learn from the best, man. I mean, Kwame may give us a leg up, but I ain't saying we're going mainstream. No, we are our own source, man. We are our own source. So yeah, they may put us in the alternative category. Since they got rid of Miley Yiannopoulos and Gavin McInnes, I'm starting to say, I think us as the black manosphere or the white or whatever, or the manosphere in general, they just gonna put us in the alternative category, and I'm okay with that because they won't bother us as much. Because see, Joe Biden's not gonna last 4 years. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because that BGS video is very correct. Because liberals and conservatives do not like what he's doing. The right say he's taking it too far. The liberals are saying he's not doing much enough. So basically, he's center right. Even though he's authoritarian right, what I mentioned last night in a live stream, and I know it went somewhere else with Rashawn, but shouts out to him on the panel. But yeah, I don't see anything changing, man. Because when you talk about live streaming, man, like, these dudes is weak. They talk all this bullshit all they want to, but when they get touched, you know, people being doxing each other, man, it's gonna get nasty. This summer, ever since that sitting of the corona, man, people's gonna put hands and blades out here in this motherfucker, man. I ain't worried about nothing. Because a lot of dudes, man, like, something's gonna happen. I'm staying out of it because these niggas ain't gonna touch me and they ain't gonna find me, so I ain't worried. These niggas better be worried because a lot of niggas just don't like each other like that. It's gonna be a little war and blood spill. You know, I just see this all the time, man. They don't care because technology done got great. But we'll see, man, because I'm not tripping off this shit, man, because it's sad that Kuda was in a car accident, man. Shouts out to him. Prayers to him and his peeps. But, yeah, I just want to speak on about Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown, he's just one of them dudes like, look, I had enough of you talking head motherfuckers, man. All this shit about me for 20-something years. And then you want to come around and say, hey, what's the fucking point? You know? I just don't deal with a fuckery like it. But yeah, I mean, he's not gonna help us, but I'm just saying, you know, I'd be curious if he jumps on panels and shit. That's my curiosity. That'd be interesting. I know he's not gonna do that. I think he's gonna do the Gully TV route because he has mods now. Before, when I subscribed to Gully TV around 2019, he ain't had no mods. He ain't no blue wrenches. When he does a live on hip hop and something, it's some few blue wrenches that he trusts. Probably based off email, but you know, I mean, these celebs is competing with us. So yeah, we're the thought leaders, man. Like, just get your shit right, get your mind right, and whatever, you know. And that's all I got, man. Let's see who's up in here. Yeah. So with that, I just want to say peace.